Solution is here, and we are starting a new topic, analytical geometry. The stuff that we're doing now is officially grade 11 stuff, but we actually did that last year, so I'm still going to go pretty quick. We still need to just review a few things that actually you've done since grade 9, so that will be very quick. That's the equation of a straight line, right? Y equal mx plus n. X and y are variables. Very important to understand that. The x and the y can change. We have different values of x, which will create different values of y. The m and the n are parameters. For a specific line, they are fixed. Okay? What does the n mean?
The y-intercept.
It's the y-intercept. Fantastic. And the m is the gradient. Okay, now we're looking at two specific kind of line, which are a little bit different. Okay? If I have, let's say a horizontal line that goes through 3. What will be the equation of that line?
Y equals mx plus n.
No.
Plus 3.
Y equals
Y equals,
Mx plus 3.
it's actually simpler than that.
3.
Y equals 3. Okay? So horizontal line, we've come across them, they are those horizontal asymptote. They basically have the gradient 0. M is the gradient and it's 0. So it doesn't depend on x. Y is simply y equals 3. And then obviously now I just need to talk about the vertical line. Let's say it goes through -2. What will be the equation of that line?
X equals minus
X equals -2. Okay? So we're all happy with that. Let's put our first example. Again, this is the first proper question, and we've done stuff like that. We've done stuff like that in grade 10. A line, I want to find the equation of a line. What line? Well, what do we know about that line? The line is parallel to the line y equal to x minus 3, and it goes to the point 1, 4.
It's 1 minus 4.
Okay, is it minus 4? Yes, let's go with what they does. Okay, right. So I've got a line, or I want to find an equation of a line. To begin with, I just know it's y equal mx plus n, or 1 mx plus b if you want to change the letter, it doesn't matter. And I know, basically I need to find the m and the n. And I have to use these clues. Okay? So it's parallel to this, and it goes to that point. Let's start with the parallel to this. What does it tell me? What clue does it give me that it's parallel to this line? What is it? M is equal to 2. Okay? So remember in the last lesson, which we did in video, I reminded you that two lines, if we have two lines that are parallel, A, B, and C, D, okay? If they're parallel, that means that their gradient is the same. So if the gradient here is 2, then the gradient of this one is also going to be 2. Are we happy with that? Okay. But we still don't know what the n is. How would I use, obviously this is the clue that I need to look at. How would I find the n using this clue? Substitute. We've done it a million times in the function thing. So when x is equal to 1, y will be equal to? No? -4. Okay, so 2 times 1 plus n equal -4. Quick rearrangement, you can see that we will see that n equal to -6. Are we happy with that? Okay, so overall the equation is y equal 2x minus 6. That's the final answer. Okay, that's how we've been doing it. Now in the textbook there is a slightly different way, which I personally don't often use it. It is quicker, but you need to remember a certain formula. This is just using common sense. So I'm going to show you what the textbook does, and you decide what you want to do. So the textbook says, give us some, write it down here. Okay. Textbook says that an equation of the line, which is, instead of that, it's actually the same thing, is like this. Y equal y minus, I'll do it in different color. Y equal y minus 1 equal m times x minus x1. Did you come across that? Were you taught that last year maybe by your teachers? Some teachers might teach that earlier. I don't tend to do it in grade 10, but in grade 11 I thought I'll just show you. If you happen to remember that, then it's very straightforward thing. Okay, so I can say, right, I want to find the equation of this line. I'm going to write y minus, let's leave the y minus 1 for a second. What is n? We already knew. What was the n? 2. Okay, we had to discover it because I knew it was parallel to this line. So I had to figure out that first. And then I'm going to write x minus, now I need to write these x1 and y1. Now what are these things? This x1 and y1 are not the same as x and y. They're not variables. They are fixed point. And we have the fixed point here. Okay, that's these ones. So what do you want to do? If you want to do that, you can do it straight away. Once you find the n, you have to find the n first. Then you substitute, just like we substitute here, but you substitute 1 instead of x1 and minus 4 instead of y1. So you write it like this. Can you see what I've done? I took this formula and instead of x1, y1, I wrote the specific x1 and y1 I got here. Now if I open this, let's do that. What is y minus 4? Y plus 4. I'll open this. This is 2x minus 2. I'll move the 4 to the other side. What do I get? Y equal 2x minus 6. The same.
Oh my.
Okay? It's quite cool. It's much quicker, isn't it? But then you need to remember this formula. You decide if you want to use it or not. Okay? I'll pause here. Right, moving on to the next question. We're looking for another equation of another line, a different line. This time this line is perpendicular. What does perpendicular mean? Yes, 90 degrees to another line. But check out how I write this line. 2x minus 3y equals 7. Okay? And it's passing through this coordinate minus 4, 3. Okay, that's a bit strange. These equations, I call them funky equations. Okay? They are still straight lines, but they're not written in the usual way, y equals something. But it's very easy to change that into a proper, normal way. How do I do that? What would I do to it?
Minus 2x.
So I'll do minus 2x to this. I'm going to get minus 3y equal minus 2x plus 7, right?
Divided all by negative 3.
Divided all by minus 3. Can you see what Jacques is doing here? Yeah? Divided by minus 3, I've got y equal minus, I'll get 2 over 3 because the minus cancel out. X minus 7 over 3. I'll just pause to make sure you're happy with that. So just to clarify, this is not the equation of the line that we're looking for. The equation of the line that we're looking for is perpendicular, it's 90 degrees to this one. I had to just change this to a normal way to be able to calculate what? What am I after here, do you think?
You're trying to find the first equation for the line.
Yeah, but why am I interested? Which number here I'm interested in?
Which will be negative 3 over 2.
I'm interested in the
It's perpendicular.
gradients. Why? Because last lesson we learned that if I have two lines that are perpendicular to each other, what do I know about?
Same gradient.
Yeah,
Must be minus 1. Must be minus 1. Must be equal minus 1.
If I time them, I get minus 1. Okay? So the gradient is not the same if they're perpendicular, but if I time their product is minus 1. What I'm interested here, the only thing I'm interested in is the gradient of this line. Okay? So the equation that I'm looking for, let's just call it mx plus n at this point. I know that if I take this n and I multiply it by this gradient, what should I get? Negative 1, right? Because this equation, this line is perpendicular to this line. So this gradient times this gradient is minus 1. Are we happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay. That means that n equal, can somebody do that without too much thinking?
Negative 3 over 2.
Negative 3 over 2. We just multiply by the flip fraction. I have a minus as well. Are we happy with that? So now the equation, I'll rewrite it again, is minus 3 over 2 plus n. There's an x there. Didn't forget the x. I still need to find the n. Just gonna pause to see if you've got any questions. So again, we need to find out the n. How are we gonna do it?
You're gonna use
Substitute.
y minus y.
Shall we use this one just for the hell of it, or do you want to use the traditional way?
Traditional.
Let's just use this one, just to, for once. But you can always do the normal. You basically, which point are we substituting now? Which point?
-4.
-4 and 3. So in theory, if you want to do it the old-fashioned way, which I like, you put -4 in the x, you put 3 in the y, and you find the n. But let's just do that because it's new. I'm going to write it as y minus. What is y1?
It's 3.
It's 3. Okay, y1 is 3. Equal n. What is n, did we say?
-4.
I had to find the n first. You have to find the n first. Time x minus x1. What is minus x1?
-4.
-4, so you're right, it will be eventually +4. Okay, so I'm going to already move the 3 to the other side. Okay, so y equal -3 over 2x. I multiply that. That is plus, really. So -3 over 2 times 4 will be +6. And then plus 3. Can you see that +3 is that one?
Why is it +6?
Because that time, it should be -6. Sorry, it should be -6, right? Because minus time minus is plus, but then time minus is minus. Yes, you're right. Okay? So overall we get y equal -3 over 2x minus 3. That is my line. Okay? I'll just pause here for questions. We're going to carry on with another example which it looks difficult, but it's dead easy, guys. It really is dead easy. We've got this line, crosses these 2 points. We've got the x and the y intercept. And we want to find out the equation. But the twist, the hard bit is that we asked to write the equation in this way, in this form. So, normally the equation of a straight line is this. The y on the one side, and it's just one y. And then on the other side, you've got m and x and n. Okay? Now we want everything on the left, and the thing in front of the y needs to be, it could be any other number. In other words, we don't want fractions. You'll see in a second. So there's a little bit of a twist here. If you ever asked to show that, then what I want you to do is first of all find out it in this form, and then I'll show you how to go from that form to that form. It's not too difficult. Okay? So let's start by trying to find out the equation of this line. Again, it's something that you have done since grade 9. Okay? So what's the first step we have to do? We just did it now in the bit that I didn't record. We need to find the gradient, okay? So we're going to find the gradient, and the gradient here is always delta y over delta x, okay? It is really worth it, guys, to write down what the coordinates, okay? So this is 4, 0, and this is 0, 2, because that really helps you make sure you're not going to make the mistake, do an x minus y instead of x minus x and y, okay? So what is the delta y?
It's 2 minus 0.
Normally I like to go from the right to the left, but if you go left to right, as long as you're consistent, it's fine. But I'm just going to stay with the right minus left. So 0 minus 2 divided by 4 minus 0, and we get minus half. Okay? It's a good check to see that, and you should always do that. We get a negative answer. Should we get a negative answer?
Yes.
Yes. Why? Because it's going down, right? So it's a good thing to check. If you got a positive answer, then you probably did something wrong, okay? So we know what m is, okay? So now I'm going to have y equal m, which is minus half x plus n, okay? So I'm almost there. I just need to find n. But hang on, you know what? N here is very obvious. I don't even need to calculate anything. What is n equal to?
0.
No, not 2.
2, okay? n is the y-intercept. Oh, well, our y-intercept is 2. Okay? If you put x equals 0, say x is 0, y will be equal to 2. So that is the normal form of our equation. But they're asking us to write it in this form. And what they mean here is that a, b, and c are all integers. That's what they mean. A, B, and C are integers. Even though I don't think they're actually saying it, it's what they mean. Okay? Right? What does that mean? First of all, let's move everything to the left. Because I want to, on the right side, I want to have 0. So how would I move everything onto the left? What should I write? Y is already on the left.
Plus
Plus
plus 1 over 2
half an x
x minus 2.
minus 2, all that equal to 0. Now, if I've just said that I want A, B, and C to be all integers, how can I mean, the only one that is not an integer is half, a fraction. How do I get rid of it? Time by 2. So I'll time everything by 2, so what will be in front of the y? 2y plus x, half times 2 is just half, okay?
Minus 2y.
Minus 4 equals 0. And, okay, let's just change it slightly because they want the by and there's a second term. So it's going to be x plus 2y minus 4 equals 0. And that's the answer. You're just going to check, yeah. Okay, easy, right? Alright, this is an equivalent way of writing a linear equation, a linear function. Everything is on the left, okay? I'll pause. Guys, the last question is, I think, a different, that is a grade 11 level, okay? So,
Let's do it.
we haven't done that in grade 1. Let's do it, I like this. Is that thin? Yes, okay. No, not too bad, not too bad. So I've got 2 straight lines, okay? But the thing, and this is what makes it a bit more difficult, is that they are in that funky way, that kind of crazy way, okay? So 2 straight lines, they meet at a point P. I want to find out the coordinate of P. So in other words, I want to find the x and the y.
So you make them equal.
Okay, what we've done so far is said, if I had this as, let's say, I'll make a different question, okay? Let's say a different question. Let's say I have 2 lines, and this is y equal 2x plus 1, and this is y equal minus x plus 3. As Finn said, if I'm looking for the intersection point, what we've done that in the function part. We said, okay, for this specific x, they have the same y. So I'm going to say, okay, 2x plus 1 equal minus x plus 3, right? And then I find the x, and then I find the y. But what's the problem now? I don't have y equals something. I don't have y equals something. So there's 2 ways of doing it. The first, the long way, which you might prefer, is just to change it, okay? I can change this to like a normal way of writing it. And y equals something, and I'll change that into y equals something normal, and then make them equal. That's the first way. Maybe let's do it. I'll do both ways, and you decide what you want to do. So how are we going to change it? Let's write it in red so we know. So I'm going to do it a bit quick for you. Hopefully you'll manage. I'll pass the x to the other side, yeah, and then divide by 2, right? So I'm going to have y equal minus x over 2 plus 5 over 2. Are you happy with that? Right, here, a little bit trickier. This is minus 4. Yeah? So here, I'm going to move the 2x to this side and then divide by minus 3. So I'm going to have y equal 2 over 3x plus 4 over 3. Let me just pause to make sure I didn't make a mistake here. Next step, what do we do now? Make them equal. So that equal to that. Yeah? So I'm going to write 2/3 x equal, 2/3 x plus 4/3 equal minus x over 2 plus 5 over 2. Now, this is an interesting equation in itself. Personally, to make things a little bit easier, I would multiply by something. Now, I mean, there's different ways of doing it. I don't like these fractions. I don't want to start adding 2/3 with a half. I don't want to do that. What can I multiply everything by what? Which is 6. If I multiply everything by 6, then 6 over 3 is 2, right? Yeah? So 6 over 3 is 2. 2 times 2, I'm going to have 4x. 6 divided by 3 is 2, so it will be plus 8, right? 6 over 2 is 3, so I'm going to have minus 3x. 6 over 2 is 3 plus 15. Okay? Move the 3x to this side. I'm going to have 7x equal 7, I think. Move the a to the other side. Yeah? That's quite easy. X equal 1. Okay? And then, how would I find y? Substitute which one? Doesn't matter. Okay? Let's choose this one. So y will be equal to minus half plus 5 halves. This is 4 halves. In other words, it's 2. So the point is going to be 1, 2. And it's important, guys, when you write it. I'm going to talk about the test. Okay? The test we did. A lot of you just wrote x equal 1, y, eventually 2. You have to give me the coordinates. Okay? It's 1, 2. That's the coordinate. You have to actually write that down. Okay? I'll pause here for questions. So, guys, this is I would say, the straightforward, but not necessarily the easy way. Okay? We change each one of these equations to the normal way of an equation, and then we may equate it. But it is a bit messier. There's fractions and all that stuff. Now, what we can do is use something else that we did actually last year as well. Everywhere in this line, this equation is being obeyed. Okay? So everywhere on this line we have the equation of 2x minus 3y equal minus 4. Everywhere on this line. Not here, not there, but here. That's because that's the equation that defines this line. Okay? So that's the first one. Now, anywhere here on this equation, on this line, this equation is obeyed. X plus 2y equal 5. Anywhere on this line. Okay? So what's special about point P? What's special about point P? Which equation is obeyed? Both. Both. We've got a situation, I'm going to specifically use that word, hopefully it will trigger something in your memory. We have two simultaneous equations that work in this point. It's a simultaneous equation. Everything is connected, guys. Everything is connected. That's what's nice about it.
That's not
Hey, you don't like simultaneous equations? I love it. Okay, they are the best. Okay, so look, I'll show you how I do it much quicker than this way. Okay? So if you just understand that point P, both of these equations work right, then at this kind of thing, I wouldn't use elimination. I wouldn't use substitution. This is really substitution what we did, which is long. Elimination is easier. How can I eliminate? You remember that the game we're playing here, we're trying to eliminate one of the variables. And I can eliminate x by multiplying it by 2. I'm going to take equation 2 and multiply it by 2. So everything will be multiplied to. So it will be 2x plus 4y equal 10. Now, these are the two equations that I'm working with. And I can get rid of x by doing 1. No, let me do 2.
So why did you times everything by 2?
Because now I've got 2x and 2x.
Oh, okay.
Yeah? I want it to have the same amount of x or the same amount of y. With y it will be difficult because it's 3 and 2. But x, it's like, it's ready. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do that minus that. All of that equation minus that equation. So it's going to be, well, 0. I'm not going to write the 2x minus 2x. 4y minus 3y is 7y. 10 minus 4 is 14. Y equal 2. Yeah? And then once I know what is y, then it's easy to find x. For example here, x equal 2 times y, which is 2, equal, sorry, that should be plus, not x equal. X plus 2 times y is equal to 5, and that means x equal 1. Again, I'm getting 1, 2. Now you tell me yourself which one is quicker and easier. This method or that?
The
second one is much easier. All you need to remember is that in this point of intersection, both equations are valid, so we do simultaneous equation. Okay, goodbye.
Okay.